Is a NIO bullish or bearish? That we're gonna find that out before. Where will NIO go next? This is one of those stocks that you've probably heard out in Wall Street Bets. You probably heard about it in social media that people have been talking about. And is it ready to make a jump? Is it in a bear cycle because it had such a drop? Before we're done with this video, you will have a much better sense of what we're seeing and obviously sharing that with you. Is this advice? No, it is not. Do not take this as advice in any way, shape, or form. Take it as education because that's all we can do and share for entertainment purposes only. So that being said, if you're going to invest in something, please check with your financial advisor. Let's go take a look at what we have here. We had a nice huge jump up here. Obviously we got a notification up here that was a nice jump, and obviously the sell that was really nice, and we just got a second one a few let's see, when was that? On May 27th, 28th. So that's been a nice little run there. But are we on the jump? Are we going to continue on up, or is this thing going to be tanking? That's what we're taking a look. So let's do a couple of things and take a gander here. From our tools here, we see that there's still good strength going up. We got a nice push up, and we've only had one jump, if you would. Here's a little bit of a second one. And let's turn this off for just a moment so that we can, now that we've had a notification, let's put our Ichimoku cloud, see where we are. Oh, beautiful. Under Ichimoku cloud, we have broken to the upside. And on top of that, let's take a look. I think this is right. Let's take a look here. I'm going to reverse that. From the highest to our lowest point here. Ooh, we had a nice 50% bounce. That is really nice. Now the question is if this thing can stay up above price around 42 range-ish, maybe the lowest I would say is in that 39 range-ish at most, and is able to stay up above that cloud, then that could be a really, really good sign. So I am definitely still bullish on this particular stock. I haven't done fundamentals on it, so I would say you do the fundamentals on it. And if I was looking at what to get in, where might be something that would make sense for me as I would go down this cycle? Well, we did say that right in this region right here, we would probably find some support. And let's mark some of our supports down here at approximately, I would say, these levels right in here. Let's put it there, right there, because there was a lot of stoppage right around there. If it bounced off of there, at worst case scenario, I would say probably in this region right here. Of course, that's a pretty big zone there, right? So that's between 46 and 26. That's a pretty big drop. Most people aren't going to be able to take that. But I would say that in that mid-average right here range would be reasonable as well. But we don't want to get in below the cloud, below the Ichimoku cloud. So if it manages to bounce off of roughly the price of 41, 42, 40, 42, somewhere in there, between 40 to 42, and it shows that it's still pushing, then I would say that it has a chance of continuing its run. Now, what would that run be? Okay, let's take a look. Obviously, it still needs to get past previous highs. So if it got from, let's say we managed to bounce off of there, off of the 41, 42 range, and we managed to get to the previous high, that's a nice 60% gain, and it's nothing to laugh at, right? Now the downside to it is, where would I put my stop loss? If I'm more conservative, I wouldn't take more than 10%. If I'm more aggressive, I'd probably be below these levels, so I'd be willing to take some of that 20-25%. But if we're getting down to these levels, once you break down to 50 and it starts closing below that, I would probably be closing that trade, and I wouldn't be taking as much of a loss. So let's average that out to about 18% if I was going to do that. Now, those of you who know this tool, TradingView, it's something that you can definitely use. They have the free and the paid version. And if you choose to use through our link, we can continue to put these videos as it gives us a little bit through the referral program. Here we go. Sorry, I'm back. I got distracted by the dog. The dog wanted some attention. So here we go. Let's finish this up. So we have our tool that helps us if we were going to go long, and we were going to say that if we're going to take that as a trade right there, let's say we were going to go that far, 17%, willing to take that loss if it went down that far. But if it picked it up on the bounce, then it could be a nice 60% gain. That gives me a 3.36 win to lose ratio, so risk to reward ratio, and that is very important. If you have a trade that's about a 3, well, when I take a trade, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but when I take a trade at about a 3-to-1 ratio, that's pretty good. The lower it gets, the more riskier it becomes. Probably a little higher probability, but still a little riskier. And the farther you try to get out, then obviously you need to be able to weather ups and downs a little bit more. So, and take a little more risk there as well. So there we go. Do I believe that it's going to hit that? I think it can. We got some resistances here that we got to get past, and we're going to draw them as this zones right in here, because those were areas where it needed to get past, and it could not in the past. But once it did, if it did manage to break through to that upside, then it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect it to get to somewhere, I'm going to put it as a zone again, between here and there. So that would be the price of approximately 93 to 106, which makes for a nice gain of, let's dream big, 156%. 156% is nothing to laugh at. It's pretty good, right? Especially if we've took some profit, or if we're trailing the stop loss, if we're trading with a trailing stop loss. So I personally, there's nothing telling me that I need to get out of this in any way, shape, or form. If I was in it, and I would have expected whether that it could come back down into this region and then come on up, depending on where you got in. So if I got in where our indicator was saying, the Dolphinator here was telling us right here at this particular level, which happens to be right around here, then I would feel pretty good about sticking around until it told me what it was going to do right there. Okay, so every trade that is done by institutional traders, they have not only fundamentals, but they also have done probably some very good technical analysts that are looking at some of these things and saying, okay, we're ready to continue on up or down, depending where it would be, right? So that being said, we hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you want updates as we put them out on this and many other projects, then feel free to hit that like, subscribe, comment, share it, and put the notifications on so you're one of the first ones to find out. All right, have an awesome time, and we will connect with you on our next video.